Hey there everyone, Ramesh here. Welcome to Java Guides. In this video I am going to talk about the best way to learn Java programming. So this video I am creating especially for absolute beginners who want to learn Java from the scratch. Well, I often receive emails and DMs from my Java blog visitors and my YouTube video viewers, especially from beginners, like what is the best way to learn Java programming. So in this video I am going to give you some steps that you can follow to learn Java from the scratch. Well, as I said, I am going to create this video especially for absolute beginners who want to start their career as a Java programmer. Well, before deep dive into the steps, first you need to set up few things. So make sure that you download Java 8 Plus from Oracle site and you install in your machine. And we need an IDE to develop Java projects or Java programs. So here I'm going to suggest you a few popular IDEs. Either you can use Eclipse or IntelliJ IDEA or NetBeans. So these are very popular IDEs to develop Java programs or Java applications. You can use either of them. So once the setup is ready, then you need to understand the term JDK, JRE and JVM and what are the roles they play in Java development. Well, JDK stands for Java Development Kit. So basically it is a software development kit which is required to develop applications in Java. When you download JDK, a JRE will also comes with it. And notice here a JDK contains a JRE, along with that compilers, debuggers and Javadoc. So basically we need JDK to develop and run Java programs or Java applications. And JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment, which we need to run Java programs or Java applications. So JRE contains a JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine, and class libraries. So if you don't want to develop Java programs and if you want to only run the Java programs, then JRE is sufficient. Okay, great. So JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. So it's basically an abstract machine that enables your computer to run Java program. So when you run a Java program, Java compiler first compiles your Java code into bytecode, and then JVM translates a bytecode into native machine code that is understood by the computer. So just remember these terms. So these are the very important terms that play in Java development. Next is you need to understand the steps to run Java programs. Well, when we create a Java program, so basically we create a file with .java extension and we write all the Java source code inside it. And then we use Java compiler to compile a Java program into Java bytecode. Alright, so we use a Java compiler to compile Java code to bytecode, and then the JVM translates a bytecode into a machine code. So this machine code is a setup instruction that computer's CPU executes directly and it will produces output. So this is how the steps that run Java programs. Alright, so Java is a platform independent language. It's because when you write Java code, it's ultimately written for JVM but not your physical computer. Since JVM executes the Java bytecode, which is a platform independent, so Java is a platform independent. Alright, once your setup is ready and once you understood JDK, JRE and JVM and also the steps to run Java programs, then let's jump into the steps that are you need to follow to learn Java programming in best way. Alright, so first step is learn Java language basics. Well, don't jump directly into the programming. First learn the Java language basics. Okay, so this is the first step. So if you don't know the basics, then you will never know either what to do next or what you are doing wrong. So I highly suggest you guys to learn first the Java language basics or the fundamentals. So here I have provided some concepts, like you first learn the variables, primitive data types. So there are 8 primitive data types in Java, so you can have a look into it. And then arrays, string basics, and operators like assignment operators, arithmetic operators, bitwise operators, conditional operators. and learn the control statements like if statement, if else, switch, and the loops like for loop, while loop, do while loop, continue, and break statement. So once you will learn these basics, then move on to the object oriented programming concepts like object, class, abstraction, polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, and learn about abstract classes, interface, and packages. So these are the very basic or the fundamentals of Java. So you can learn all these topics from my Java blog website. So let me quickly show you. So open Chrome browser and just search for javaguides.net and go to the first tab, that is Java, and move on to the Java tutorial for beginners. So this is the tutorial I have created especially for absolute beginners who want to learn Java from the scratch. So here if you look at here, getting started section and Java language basics. So from here you can learn all the Java language basics. So I have created each topic with an example, so you guys can check it out. So there are many other resources available on internet. So you guys can just search for Java language basics, and you can check out the popular tutorials out there on the internet to learn these Java language basic concepts. Initially it is hard to you to understand these Java language basic concepts, but try to read again and again until you will get some idea about these language basics. Alright guys, once you are familiar with all these Java language basics and fundamentals, then let's move to the second step. So go ahead and create a small programs. Alright, so once you know the language base, go ahead and create a small programs. I have listed here the small programs, you can try it out. Write a Java program to add two numbers. Write a Java program to check even or odd number. Multiply two numbers. Java program to check whether input is vowel or consonant. Java program to check prime number, Armstrong number, find largest three number, find the smallest of three numbers using ternary operator, swap two numbers without using ternary variable, remove duplicates elements from the array, find largest elements in an array, count number of duplicates words in a string, and count a number of occurrences of substring in string, count occurrences of each character in a string. So these are the very simple programs that you can try it out. So once you are familiar with the language basics, you will get some confidence, right? Then you are in a position to write small Java programs. So to find a solution for all these programs, what you need to do is head over to my Java blog website, and here you can see here Java programs for beginners. Well, I have published around 50 plus Java programs for practice. So these programs for arrays, these programs on strings, and these are the programs on numbers, and these programs on geometric calculation, and here are some programs for searching algorithms, sorting algorithms, and here are the programs for on stack. So I have provided a lot of Java programs for especially for beginners to practice, so you guys can check it out. So I will provide links in a video description so that you guys can quickly head over to the respective links, and you can learn the concepts and programs. So once you practice small Java programs, then you will get some confidence to learn further advanced Java concepts, right? So let's move to the next step. So next step is learn core Java advanced concepts. Well, in previous slide, in step 1, you have learned Java language basics, right? Up to the object oriented concepts. Now once you are familiar with all the language basics and you practice some small Java programs, then you can learn the advanced Java concepts like exception handling, wrapper classes, multi-threading and concurrency, generics, collections framework, Java IO, annotations, Java reflection APIs, and JDBC. So once you will familiar with all these core Java advanced concepts, then you can learn how to create programs using these advanced concepts. Well, if you want to learn all these core Java advanced concepts, then you can head over to my Java blog website. Over there I have written tutorials on each of them with an example. So go to my website javaguides.net, and here you can see Java tutorial for beginners, and from here you can learn a lot about core Java advanced topics like wrapper classes, string handling, exception handling, collection framework, Java generics, Java input output. If you want to work with files and directories, then you can check out Java input and output, and multi-threading tutorials, replay actions, serialization, annotations, and all the keywords in Java, and the best practices you should follow while writing Java programs. So once you will familiar with all these core Java advanced concepts, then you will get some confidence, like you can able to create Java programs on these core Java topics, right? So for that, next move to the step 4, create advanced programs using Java APIs. Well, you can utilize these topics to create programs like Java program to create a file, Java program to write a file, delete file, copy file, move file, rename file, and you can write a Java program to create a directory, delete directory, copy directory, and delete all the files from the directory. And once you are familiar with JDBC, then you can write a JDBC programs, like you can connect your Java program to the databases, and you can also insert data into a database table. You can update data into database tables using JDBC, and you can write the JDBC program to delete records from the database table, and also learn JDBC batch operations. So once you familiar with JDBC batch, then you can able to write the programs to insert a batch records. You can update batch records, select batch, and delete batch. Well, once you learn about Java collections framework, then you can also write simple examples or programs on different collections like list, set, queue, and map. So programs like how to add element to the list using array list, how to remove elements from the list, how to delete elements from the list, how to search elements from the list. Similarly, how to add element to the set, remove, delete, search. Similarly for queue and map. So once you are familiar with all these core Java advanced concepts, then you can test your learnings by writing Java programs like this. Alright guys, once you practice advanced programs using Java APIs, you will get some more confidence to learn further Java topics, right? Then what you can need to do is you can learn a desktop application development. Well, in Java we have different libraries like Swing and Java Apex. Swing is a lazy library that we can use to develop desktop based application, and Java Apex is a modern library that we can use to develop a desktop application. So I highly suggest you guys to use Java Apex for developing desktop applications. So once you learn Swing, either Swing or Java Apex, then you can practice them by creating small projects. Well, initially go ahead and create a small calculator project or a calculator program using either Swing or Java Apex, and then gradually you can create projects like student management system. Just create a code operations, don't make it complex, just go with step by step and create some databases project. So what you can need to do is you can create a project which perform database operations with some database like MySQL database. You can use MySQL database and JDBC to perform database operations, and create a library management system, hospital management system. So these are the few projects you can create and get a hands-on experience on Swing and Java Apex. Alright guys, so also create one web application using JSP and Servlet. Well, as a Java program, as an absolute Java beginner, you can also create a web application using JSP and Servlet. So JSP and Servlets are foundation for Java EE frameworks. So make sure that you have a good understanding of JSP and Servlet. So once you learn JS Pen Servlet, you can have a hands-on experience on them by creating the projects like calculator project, student management, library management, hospital management. So these are the few examples that you can create using JS Pen Servlet. So there can be any other project that you can create by using JS Pen Servlet. Alright guys, so these are the steps you can follow to learn Java from the scratch. So once you will learn all these steps, and once you will get a hands-on experience on desktop application development and web application development, then you can move on to Java development frameworks like Spring Framework, Spring Boot, Hibernate. So these are the advanced Java development frameworks that you can look into. So there are a lot of videos I have published, like how to become a Java developer, or what are the skills that are required to become a Java developer. So watch these videos, you will learn further things. As an absolute Java beginner, you can follow these steps to learn Java from the scratch, step by step. Alright guys, I hope you understood how to learn Java from the scratch, or the best way to learn Java programming. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in next video. But if you have any queries, let me know in a comment section below. I will answer your queries. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in next one.